Welcome to Sense and Nonsense A to Z, where we pick topics based off of the letter of the day. Today is episode 10 of season 2, featuring the letter J.
We're family and we're your hosts, AT and Z. So let's get started. Hey, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's Jambo time.
Jambo!
Jambo.
Nice.
Swahili, of course. I was watching NBC Nightly News.
Oh, okay.
And I tend to watch that. I've been watching that for years. You remember Tom Brokaw
Oh, yeah.
and Brian Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's Lester Holt, who I love.
Yeah.
I love Lester Holt. Anyway, Tom Costello did a report and it rang a bell with me.
Okay.
It's about these reward programs. These larger corporations are cutting back on the reward programs.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically.
Yes, I feel it coming.
You feel it coming?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yes. Dunkin'. It made the national news.
Wow.
I know. And I complained about it the other day to you. And
You
like,
did.
You're like, whatever, you know. But a lot of people are ticked.
I guess so.
You're ticked. Okay. So, I mean, it's been all over the news. I have some quotes here.
Okay.
Okay. These are all tweets and all kinds of emails and stuff. This pissed me off. What kind of idiot do you think I am, Duncan? I did the math. Even while boosted, I'm earning 30% less points compared to the old system. I'm making less points and unlocking less rewards thanks to this stingy system. And it's just people complaining. And I was complaining too.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be every time you spent $1, it was 5 points.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now they doubled the points. Now it's every time you spend $1, it's 10 points.
Ooh.
But once you got to 200 points, it was a free drink.
Okay.
Alrighty. And there are sometimes they give you double point. They're running a promotion right now that they've been running for the past couple months. So if you make a mobile order, you get 100 points just automatically. So it was like, okay, I'll buy 2 beverages and I'll get the third one for free. That's a pretty decent deal, you know? However, now in order to get a latte, you have to have 900 points.
That's outrageous.
In order to get a cup of coffee, and you can't get an extra large anymore, that's off the table. You have to go 500 points.
Wow. So they more than doubled the cost of the items with the points.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
they only doubled the number of points they gave you. So it's almost ridiculous that they did anything at all.
Exactly. And they did away with the birthday. Now, when they originally started, it was, okay, join our program, you will get a free beverage as soon as you join. And then on your birthday, you'll get a free beverage. They did away with the initial one and they kept the birthday one for the longest time. They did away with the birthday one.
I guess it's just too much for them to be able to handle.
I just checked stock prices. Highest ever for Dunkin'. Highest ever, right? Their earnings highest ever. And they're cutting their rewards.
Maybe I guess the stockholders want more money.
Who knows?
By the way, I know we've talked about this offline, but I want to get it on record here.
Yeah.
I hate the name Dunkin'.
Oh yeah.
I wish they had kept it Dunkin' Donuts.
I still call it Dunkin' Donuts. Yep. Yeah. Me too.
I don't like Dunkin'. It sounds like a Scottish guy. Like I'm waiting for Duncan MacLeod to show up.
I know. I don't like it.
It's not good. It's not a good brand name.
Nope. One more thing I just wanted to mention. Somebody put out a statement and said, I had 195 points. I was 5 points away of getting a free beverage. And now you're making me wait until I get to 900. I'm done.
Wow.
And, yeah. People are going, adios.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's the danger with programs like that. You know, they're subject to change at any time. And when they do change, you're going to annoy people. You just are.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm sure
but they're making it like it's better.
Oh,
That's
I
the
know. Of
thing.
course they are. They've got to
Oh,
sell it to you.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. We have more options. Yeah.
Sure.
For the same amount that I could have gotten a beverage, now I can get 3 munchkins. Wow.
Well, it's
way to go
just
for
like
the options.
it's just like jacking the price up and then
Yeah.
giving you 40% off. It's
Right.
like, oh, thanks. Like
Right,
you're
right.
still, it's still higher than it was when it was at its original price.
Sure.
You
or-
giving me 40% off is not a deal.
Right, exactly.
It's like Kohl's doing that all the time. Everything's on sale all the time. Yeah. Well, when your list price for a t-shirt that I can see through is $60, you
Yeah.
giving me 40% off on that?
Yeah.
That's not a steal.
No, not at all. And I use rewards all the time. As a matter of fact, I use my Wawa,
Yeah.
15 cents off a gallon.
Yeah.
I use that today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use Jersey Mike's today because
Mhm.
they have double points. So guess what I'm having?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a sub. So,
The only time I really use those reward points is for gas. For Sheetz
Mhm.
has that 15% or 15 cents off a gallon or whatever
Right,
every once in a
right.
while.
Yeah.
But I do the Wawa rewards for my grandmother so she can get coffee and paper and whatever. I have
Yeah,
a little card for and
exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
But
So-
most of the time I can't be bothered with those because they're constantly moving the bar
True.
and it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah. I hear you.
Plus, come back to Dunkin'. I
Mhm.
stopped going to them a while ago because once they instituted the chintzy almond milk shot, and then they make you
pay for it.
pay like $1 something for a little tiny shot of
I know.
almond milk creamer.
I
I
know.
was like, okay, you lost
Okay.
me. I'm out.
Exactly. So I'm not going to get a regular cream. Substitute it for the almond cream.
Yeah.
It's the same price.
Right.
Why are you charging me 25 cents extra?
No, it wasn't 25 cents extra.
How
It
much was it?
75 cents extra
No kidding.
for an extra shot of almond creamer.
And if you get an extra pump of like pumpkin spice,
Yeah.
it's 25 cents for an extra pump.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I know. So
I can go get a whole thing of almond creamer for $4.25. And
Right.
that's got a
Yes.
ton of shots in it. And you're going to
Exactly.
charge me 75 cents for just like a dollop?
yeah,
Get the hell out of here.
I know.
Pass.
Yeah.
So I make my coffee at home now.
Yeah. After this month, because they do have a special little thing going on with Dunkin', so I'm taking advantage of that program.
Uh-huh.
But it's going to end at the end of the month, so
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yep. I get it.
So there's a couple of companies such as PF Chang's. You can do a reward program, but it's a monthly fee.
Which just blows my mind. First of all, you're operating under the assumption that your food is any good, which it isn't. Secondly, if you charge somebody for a reward program so that
Yeah.
they can collect points to get something free, it's not free.
I know. It's bad.
Get the hell out of here with your BS.
And we were talking before that to get a checking account,
Yeah.
free
To get a
checking's
free
not free.
checking account.
It's not free anymore either.
No, it costs you like
You have-
$1,000 to get a free checking account.
You have to maintain a balance in another account that's at least $1,000. It's ridiculous. Or there's some banks, I think it was Bank of America, it was $5,000 for a free checking.
That is
That's not free.
Absurd.
Sorry, that's not free. That's
Yeah.
tying up my money that I can't
Yeah.
use.
Exactly.
Yep.
You're holding my money hostage. That's not
Yes.
free.
Exactly.
Ugh,
So we're starting with rants. Is that great?
that's great. We're going to do something fun next.
Okay.
All right. So what do you want to do first? Do you want to do word game? You want to do 10 questions?
Let's do word game.
Okay.
Okay, I found my envelope.
Okay. I've got it here. I've been waving it at you.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Large.
Jumbo.
Very good.
Hey, 5.
That's a 5.
Oh,
Okay. I love
Ar-
these faces. I love these faces. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
orange.
Juice.
Yes.
All right.
Good job.
All right. It's the way you said it. Okay.
Intonation is everything.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Shirt.
Jersey.
Good. Woo. Very good.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure which angle I was going to go on that one. You know?
Mhm. Gem.
Jade.
Stone.
Jewelry.
Jewel. Jewel.
Oh, okay. All right. All righty. So 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ready for next one?
Mm-hmm.
Denim.
Jeans.
Good. That's another 5-er.
Yay!
I hope everybody at home is getting these too.
I think so.
Okay.
My mom plays along when
Does she? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, I hope people are like. That's the point.
They're probably yelling at us.
Probably. I know she was yelling at me for hooks. When we do fishing. She's like, hooks, hooks. I'm like, I didn't know. Okay.
I'm sure she was yelling at me with the dumpster. It's dumpster. Garbage dumpster.
She was yelling at me like I yell at Wheel of Fortune. Okay.
Okay.
Trip.
Journey.
Yes.
All right.
Good job.
Whew. All right. We've got 2 more left. Jury.
Judge.
Good.
Oh my God. I was so scared.
You know what I was going to say? It was like, okay, the next word was going to be courtroom. And then I'm like, is that 1 word or 2 words, right? So it's funny how much crap goes through your head so you can get ahead of this, you know?
I know.
Okay.
Clown.
Joker.
Fool.
Jester.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Jester.
Okay. That wasn't too bad.
No. That was a hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jester.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Okay. All right. This is my last one. Ready?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Pepper.
I don't know. I need
Okay.
another clue.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Mexican.
Jalapeno.
Very good. Okay.
I was thinking.
I think
of
that's a
black
twosie.
pepper. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking of black pepper. I'm like, pepper mill, pepper grinder. What is she talking
Right.
about? Pepper. How do I season with pepper? Okay. Jalapenos are not in my world so much. So
No, huh?
yeah. So I needed a 2.
Okay. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 42.
Very
Wow.
good.
Wow.
That was very
You-
good.
Yeah. You know why? Because we didn't go beyond 2 clues.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
So that was good.
Woo!
42.
All right.
I know. Is that a record?
No,
no.
43 is our record.
43. Yeah.
Okay, 1 word left
Okay.
that we're going to use to parlay into our "What do you think of" segment.
Okay.
And the secret word is
Yes.
jelly.
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 Okay. I got one.
Okay.
With our previous conversation, jelly donut.
Ooh, jelly belly.
Oh, good one. Jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got to go peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Jellyfish.
Oh yeah, jellyfish.
Yeah.
Jelly sandwich.
Okay. How about jelly shoes or jelly sandals?
Yeah, jellies.
Are they?
They also had like jelly bracelets. Do you remember those in the 80s? Those jelly bracelets.
But did they call them jellies?
I don't know, but that's what they were.
That was the material was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got one.
What?
Grape jelly.
Are we gonna name all the different kinds
Go
of
for
jelly?
it. Go for it.
Strawberry jelly.
Cherry jelly, which is my favorite.
Really? Raspberry
Oh,
jelly.
God. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had cherry jelly.
Oh, I love it. Smucker's does that.
Oh.
Yeah. How about Royal, right? Royal jelly?
Yeah,
Yeah, from
that's
bees,
a
right?
thing. That's a thing. The queens eat
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I don't know another jelly, I don't think.
I don't know if I can come up with another one either. Oh, I just did. You don't want to rap with this, believe me. You ready?
Yeah.
KY jelly.
Oh, I was trying not to think of lube, actually. I was just like, and that's why I'm stuck, because
The other one would be petroleum, right? Petroleum jelly.
yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
But I was like so stuck on lube. I'm like, I can't say lube.
We'll wrap on petroleum jelly.
Petroleum jelly.
There you
Okay,
go.
that's the winner.
Alrighty.
Even though it's the loser.
Is there a jelly jar? Jelly jar?
Jam jar, jelly jar. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
my
think of
God.
anything else.
I was stuck on it.
The lube?
The lube. I was stuck on lube. And I couldn't think of anything else.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
I know.
You have like a mental block.
You do, because
You're stuck on that.
you're stuck on it, and you can't say it, so it just keeps coming back up.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is there a jelly cat?
There's smelly cat. I don't think there's jelly cat.
Okay.
All right. We hope you liked that segment, crazy as it was. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and leave us a comment, keeping it about PG-16.
Yes, please.
And let us know what you think of when you think of jelly.
And not lube.
Oh my God. You could get so nasty with this. Are you ready to do the 10 questions?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. First question. We just had a clue about this one in our password one. Have you ever done jury duty?
No,
You've been called up for it,
I
right?
have, but I've never been picked.
I was a
Never been
nervous
picked.
wreck when they were calling names. I was
Oh
like, oh,
no.
please no. Oh, please no. Because I was just so busy with real estate at the time, you know,
Yeah.
and here I am with this hundreds of other people in the room and I'm sweating it. They're going to call me. I know they're going to call me. It was
I
like-
would get excused because I have a special needs child.
Right,
So
right.
I wasn't sweating it, but they
Yeah.
didn't call me, which is
I
a
have
shame
no
because
excuse.
I know, which it's really ironic because I wouldn't really mind doing it.
To a degree, I agree
Yeah.
with you. But my problem was I was so damn busy with real
Mhm.
estate. It was like the worst timing.
It usually is, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Next question. Have you ever tried Jolt, the beverage?
No,
No.
I-
neither have I'm not into that stuff.
no, I haven't had any of those. Like, I'm scared of that.
Yeah.
I don't want
me
my
neither.
heart to race or anything like
No,
that.
and they've
drinking
been
that
around
stuff.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I just saw a commercial of one last night, and hubby said to me, "How many years has that thing been around?" And
Yeah.
It's like a long, long
Yeah.
time.
Like those monster drinks, all of that stuff.
Talk about Jolt. Have you ever seen that movie with Kate Beckinsale?
I
I saw the trailer. It looked good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I might watch it if the mood strikes me, but
Yeah. I know we had talked about her before,
yeah.
previous season. Okay. How many jumping jacks do you think you can do?
Oh, probably more than I think. But-
I'm sure.
The thought of that does not make me happy.
The thought of that does not make me want to do them.
No, that's a question that's going to go unanswered, I think.
Okay. Alrighty. Favorite juice.
Favorite
Again,
juice.
with our password.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's odd, but I think cranberry juice is my favorite juice.
Oh, how about that? I think
Nope.
I think
wrong.
hubby would say that too. Nope.
No.
You're taking it
think-
back?
Yeah, I'm taking it back. I think cranberry juice is probably the juice I drink the most,
Okay.
but I actually like tomato juice the best.
Oh, I do like tomato juice, but I think my favorite's orange.
I think that's probably a lot of people's favorite.
I like
Orange hurts my
pineapple juice,
stomach.
too. It's acidic, of course.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Whereas tomato is nice and calm. You
It's
know?
yummy.
It is yummy.
But I
love
only
it.
have it like once a year.
Really?
Yeah, like at Thanksgiving.
No. Okay. Can you throw a javelin?
Ooh, I've never tried, but I would love
You've
to.
never tried?
No.
You've never tried? Yeah.
They're kind of floppy though, aren't they? They're a little floppy.
There's definitely a technique to it.
Put
I
your
have
arm out,
tried.
right?
I
You're-
have tried.
I would love to try. I don't think it probably would go very far, but I would
It
give it a
didn't.
shot.
Mine didn't. I remember when I was in high school
Oh, really?
and the equipment was on the field, and I'm like, yeah, you think I'm going to let that sit there and not try it?
Yeah.
I ran over there and I'm like, okay, I know what I've seen.
Right.
So here I go. It's like it didn't go anywhere. It's crazy.
That's so funny. I think you have to throw it up, right?
Yes.
Up
yeah, you do.
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It still didn't go far. As much as I can throw a softball and a baseball.
Yeah.
Forget it. Okay. Ever have jambalaya?
Yes. It's
I had a feeling
yum.
you were going to say yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I've never had it.
Really?
Never.
You're missing out.
I'm sure.
If I could still have seafood, I would do.
Oh yeah.
It's really yummy. The rice and everything's so good.
It's a little on the spicy side, right? Usually.
It is a little bit on the spicy side.
I'm sure you can
but-
make it mild.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. Do you have a dumb joke?
No.
No. Like, why did a chicken cross the road?
Yeah, no.
Or a knock joke?
No.
Okay.
No jokes. No.
Okay.
How about you?
Oh, I just gave you the chicken one. Do you want a knock one too?
Sure.
Knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo hoo.
Oh, don't cry.
Aw. I'm so sad.
These are like little kid jokes.
I'm so
right?
sad you told me this joke. Yeah, they are little kid jokes, which are hilarious, but
Yeah. You're also dumb. Anyway.
well, they're
Okay.
hilarious when a little kid does it because they are tickled to
Absolutely.
death by these things.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Next question. Memory of junior high.
Memory of junior high.
Give me a memory.
I was actually just thinking about this the other day. I remember sitting in 8th grade
Okay.
and watching Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we went over our mythology unit, and once we were done with the Greek mythology, we got to watch that as like a fun
It was
thing.
a little bonus, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. For me,
Yeah.
when I think of junior high,
Yeah.
I think of the walk. How I had to walk to school every day and I had to walk home from school. It was
Yeah.
a long walk. You know?
I don't think mine was. It felt long. Mine was, it felt long, but I don't think it was desperately long.
Mm,
But I had to do that too.
yeah. I don't think kids walk anymore, do they?
Nah.
No, they get bussed everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last time you did a jigsaw puzzle.
Some years.
I've done them online.
Well, actually, no. I've got these huge puzzles that you do on the floor, and the
Mhm.
pieces are giant. So I got them
Oh,
for a little
okay.
guy to put together,
Sure,
of like the
sure.
cosmos or
Does
like
he like that?
dinosaurs. He likes it like once or twice, and then he's like, "Okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore."
I've done it already. I don't
Yeah,
need to do it
yeah.
again.
And they're expensive too. They're like
They're not
$18 for
Yeah.
these puzzles or whatever, and to do them twice, it's like, okay, now what do I do with this thing?
right.
You can't recycle it, What
Right.
can you do with it?
Just give it away then.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Can you juggle?
No.
Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
You're like with the 3
Mm.
tennis balls, right?
Yeah, or socks,
Or
bundles
socks. That's
anything.
a good. That's a safe one too.
Yeah, that's what I've done because I get the concept, but my brain doesn't want to do the thing.
I could
takes
do it a
process.
couple of times
Oh,
and then I
no.
lose it and then
No.
it's over. Yeah.
Now, I know the trick logically,
Yeah.
but I can't make my body do that thing.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to and I really hunkered down and really tried it, I'm sure
Yeah.
I could.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but I'm just like, "Ugh, I don't care about that.
It's
So I
not a
give
priority.
up. It's really
Yeah.
not. Like maybe that should have been one of the things that I worked on during the
When you were a kid.
pandemic.
Oh.
You know what I mean? When there
When
was
you were a
just-
kid, no. When the
No.
pandemic
during the
hit, yeah.
pandemic,
Yeah.
Because I even have my socks like pretty close,
There you go. All you need is a third one and you're ready to
well, you're supposed to start with 2.
go.
And I can do 2.
2 is easy, yeah.
But 3 is
it's the third one that's the problem, yeah. That's the 10 questions.
All right. I accept your 10 questions.
And I'll raise you what?
Well, I was thinking of raising you 1, but I'm so lame
Go
that
for
okay. So you're asking about the javelin.
Yeah.
Would you ever joust? You know, and you have to ride the horse and click the thing under
Would
your
I?
arm?
Sure.
Joust?
Sure.
Wear the armor and the whole business?
I would love to do that. Are you kidding
Wouldn't
me?
that be awesome?
Yeah, it would be. Did you ever fence? Did you ever try
Yes.
fencing? Yeah.
That is fun.
That is fun.
That is very fun. And I do wish there was a club or something, but we only did it as a small unit.
Mm.
But that was super fun.
Yeah.
If my school had had a club for that, I definitely would have done that.
Yeah.
But I always like wanted to go to like a Renaissance fair or like, you know, in Vegas, they have that
Do they?
dinner. They have that dinner show where
Okay.
you can sit there and eat a giant turkey leg and drink like the meat and watch the jousting and the whole,
Right.
you know, I mean, it's cheesy. And that's the hard part about it. Like if they really did it well, I would be so into that. I would geek out so hard on that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to go sit with a bunch of freaking kids
I know.
and eat a crapola meal
Right.
just to watch
Some
that
guys
floor show.
galloping around.
Yeah, you know, and then be like, oh, the Black Knight and the White Knight. It's like,
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you like if you wanted to put that on, like
Yeah.
for reals,
Yeah.
I would do that for sure.
Would you be the Black Knight or the White Knight?
I would be the Silver Knight. Screw that white and black crap.
I'd be the purple one. And I was just thinking, if I missed with my joust, you know what I would do?
What?
I throw it like a friggin' javelin.
I think you're
It's like,
supposed to.
There
do
you
that.
go.
I think that might be crowd endangerment. I don't think they'll let you do that.
That's where the javelin comes in.
All kinds of skills.
Yes.
All right, those are 10 plus bonus questions.
And we hope you played along.
I would love to know some of these people's answers to
yeah,
these 10
definitely.
questions.
Definitely. I have a little bit of sports stuff for us.
Okay.
Starting with football,
All right.
both the New York Jets and the New York Giants have won 4 straight.
Oh my goodness.
I know. They're both currently in second place in their divisions.
That's so exciting.
So for the Jets, it's the first time winning 4 straight since 2015.
Oh my goodness.
So the record right now is 5-2. And for the Giants, they're 6-1.
Wow.
They're only behind the Eagles. The Eagles are in first place at 6-0. They didn't play 7 games because they had a bye. All right?
Okay.
So they're in first place. But oh my God. These
That's
two
awesome.
teams, I know. So I mentioned this the last time. Hockey started.
Right.
And now this past week, basketball just started. So I love this time of year because all 4 pro sports are playing at the same time. It's great.
It's like a candy store to you, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it. You kidding me? So now for Major League Baseball.
Okay.
The Yankees got swept
Oh,
by the Houston Astros in 4 games.
oh man.
So the Astros took the American League title and they're going to the World Series. And by the way, they've won 4 pennants in the past 6 years.
The Astros?
The Astros. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sneaky. That's
I know.
sneaky.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, the Yankees, they were flat. It was one of these things that the Astros were just so hot and they kept on coming back thing. you know?
Yeah.
Yankees would get ahead and then they would lose it, you know. But just a little disappointing, a lot disappointing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. In the other league, the Phillies beat the San Diego Padres 4-1, and
The
they took the
Phillies?
National League title. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Astros are going to be hosting the Phillies in the World Series, and it starts on Friday, October 28th.
How about that?
Yeah. So it should be good.
All right.
Both tough teams, tough pitching. So
Mm.
really good.
I love our Pineapple Corner music.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And funny that you mentioned it because the episode that we're going to do
Mhm.
has the long intro, which I really like.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode we're doing is season 4, episode 12, a very Juliet episode.
Mhm.
And once again, the cold open has nothing to do with Sean. It's for Juliet,
This is a back-to-back Juliet.
which is so weird that it worked out this way. It wasn't
Yeah.
planned, but it
No.
did.
No.
The cold open is 2003 in Los Angeles. Juliet
Right.
and her then boyfriend, Scott Seaver, part ways at a train station.
Pacific Central Station.
And they promise that they're going to meet up again, same day, same time in 7 years. And it's very sweet.
Yeah.
So 7 years later, Juliet shows up in a cute little red dress.
She was adorable.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And she waits for him for hours and he
Hours.
doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And she confides in Lassie about it because she's really bothered.
Well, you didn't know it was Lassie when
No,
she was
not at
talking to him when
first.
she was at the train station. You know, it's like, who
Yeah.
is she talking to? And it ends up being Lassie.
It's
to her. It's like,
Lassie.
really?
And then he offers her some advice from
Yeah.
the bottom of his heart. He says, all romance ends in despair
Or death.
or death, but mostly despair. Gut wrenching despair. And then he's like, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's just trying to suck away your happiness, kind of thing. And when you're looking at him and he's saying this, you're like, oh my God, Lassie. And then she goes, you're right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
I've got important things to do, you know?
Exactly.
But of
Exactly.
course,
10 minutes,
10 minutes
later.
later,
Right.
she tries to look him up,
Yeah.
but there's no record of him. And then she gets buzzed to start pulling files, and she wants him to look through everything on it.
Mhm.
And the chief's like, no, you can't use police resources for personal matters. That's illegal. And then she's like, okay. So she hires Gus, not
Right.
Sean.
This is my favorite part, actually, when she hires Gus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
hires Gus to look into it, and they're talking in the chief's office, and he like puts his hand over hers, and he's like, I'm going into stealth mode.
Perfect stealth mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know this, but I'm also known as the Vault of Secrets.
And then
Sean
they
will
fist bump.
never find out. And they fist bump, and then he turns and he promptly walks into the door.
And that's laugh out loud
Oh
funny.
my God, it's so good. You don't expect that joke at
No.
all.
No,
And it's so good.
and every time I've seen this episode, it's laugh out loud. And I
Absolutely.
know it's coming.
I know. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And he says that Sean will never find out, and Sean finds out in like 5 seconds.
Of course. Of course. And he
So-
takes it and runs with it.
Of course he does, because it's for Jules and he'll do anything for her.
Right.
So 24 hours later, he saunters into the police station, and Gus is like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I solved it. And Gus has told Sean that this case means basically nothing. It's just a random person to
Right.
Juliet.
Right.
And so he delivers this news like completely deadpan, like it means nothing at all. And he's like, Scott Seaver's dead. And she's like, he's dead? And he's like, yeah, but there's good news. And Gus is like,
And
look at
she's
her.
devastated.
She's devastated.
Yep.
He's like, that was her college boyfriend. And he's
like-
like, you told me he was a random guy.
I
you know?
lied. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gus says to him, what could be good about that? He's like, well, I'm pretty sure we have a case because I think he was murdered, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And he ropes Henry into figuring this out because
Right.
Scott's car was torched 4.5 years ago, and he was
Right.
pronounced dead, and his car was in the desert and the windows were open, but it was cold.
Yeah.
And like there are so many inconsistencies.
Right.
Feels like he was murdered,
It was a
and
murder.
a botched job.
Yeah.
So he looked into Scott, and his name popped up and triggered an alert in the missing persons database.
Right.
That
Okay.
database was being monitored by the Marshal Service.
Right.
So it turns out that Scott worked for a company owned by a Los Angeles mobster
Right.
who went down for racketeering. And Sean goes to Lassie, what is racketeering? And Lassie goes, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And the guy's name is J.T. Waring.
And he is played by Arnold Vosloo, who
He did a good
was-
job.
He's great. I love him so much. He was the mummy in my favorite mummy movies.
Oh,
He was
no
so
kidding.
good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Juliet's dealing with this revelation that Scott's dead. And so Sean asks her about him because Lassie wants to grill her, and Sean's like, no, let's not do that. I'll ask her some questions. And she's saying all these awesome things about him.
Right.
He's athletic, and he's gentle, and he's kind, and he's tall, and he's this and he's that. And Sean's like, okay, whatever. And then we find out that he had a rare figurine collection, and he gave her the Dumbo out of it when she turned 18 and broke up the set because she loved Dumbo when she was a kid.
Right.
Sean finds out that those sets are really rare. There's only 3 complete in the world, and he found someone selling a set that's missing a Dumbo.
Right.
And he thinks that the seller is Scott's murderer.
Exactly.
He thinks he murdered Scott for this collection, and now he thinks the coast is clear, so he's going to sell it.
They're at the doorway, and then he admits that, this could be the murderer, that they're knocking on the door. And then the door opens, and they're screaming. It's like, what are they screaming about? And then in the next scene, we realize what happened.
Yes. And now they have ousted him from witness protection, and he's refusing further protection because he wants to stay with Juliet because she combed the state to find him.
Yeah.
And he's over the top. He's holding her hand, and they're just hugging, and they're so lovey-dovey, and Sean's hating every second of this.
Absolutely.
And then they're kind of on a date in Juliet's apartment, and he's cooking for her, and she's like, trying to connect with him, but you're seeing that they don't exactly hook up anymore.
No.
They're a little bit off. Mm-hmm. And then they hear a noise outside, and she jumps up with her gun. And he's like, whoa, why do you have a gun under your pillow?
I love what a badass she is sometimes.
Oh, I know. It's so good. She's like, stay inside and away from the windows.
Exactly.
Right. And there's the marshal who has come is totally annoyed with Lassie and Jules.
Oh, yeah.
He wants Scott to go back into witness protection because he's the only testimony that they have to keep
Waring in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and he's kind of a douche, that marshal. He's kind of a douche. Mm-hmm. And Sean's like, okay, well, we've got to, I messed this up, and we've got to keep Scott safe. So his solution is to go and talk. Yes. The plan is.
And all in all, in the whole scheme of things, it wasn't a bad plan.
It's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
He goes in to prison.
I like this part too.
And he talks to Waring, and he asks him to pretty please leave Scott alone.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm not likely to forget about this. And he's like, but could you try? The little phones have a little clicker thing on them.
Yeah.
And Sean's clicking on it.
Thinking that it's going on and off.
Yeah. So he thinks that when he's clicking it, they can hear. And when he lets it go, that Waring can't hear them.
Muted. Right.
Yeah. And so he and Gus are talking. And
fighting with each other.
They're fighting. And Sean wants to help this guy because he's like, you're so cool.
Yeah.
And Gus is like, he's not cool, because he's saying he's innocent and that he's done a lot of things, but he's not a murderer, and he can't have his children thinking he's a murderer.
It has to do with honor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Gus is like, all guilty people say that. All people in prison say they're innocent. This is a murderer, and this is that. He's this and this, the other thing. And finally, he's like, these things don't shut off, right? And Sean clicks it a couple more times and is like, no, nothing's happening.
How about when they first introduce each other, right? He says, I'm Sean Spencer, right? And he says it distinctly, Burton Guster. It's like, now you're using my real name?
He always uses his real name with the criminals. Yes. Just to mess with Gus.
Oh, man. But Sean thought that this guy was so cool.
He was so cool.
And super convincing.
Mm-hmm.
And he also said he had a great head and he had a real presence.
He does.
Something very Billy Zane about him. Remember?
Yeah. And Gus is like, only you and Billy Zane use that term.
Exactly.
Oh, so this is the part that I really love the best. So when they're talking back and forth, and Waring says, he's got people on the outside that want to do things for him, whether he asks them to or not. Right. And Sean goes, of course they do. You're super cool.
Exactly.
Sean wants to prove that he didn't kill the Fed that Scott
So he makes a deal with him.
He makes that deal. And he says he'll do it as long as he gets him, cleared of these charges. And so
And
they
Scott
go
Saver doesn't have to worry. Yep.
so they go to the warehouse where the Fed was killed,
Right.
and they kind of walk through it, and Sean's like, there's no way that Waring could have killed this guy, and he figure out that he was shot by somebody else. And then it turns out that the only other person that was there was this douchey Fed that is now in charge of Scott's witness protection. He accidentally shot his partner thinking it was Waring, and then he's been spending all this time trying to cover it up.
Right.
And then Sean figures this out, and he goes after him, and the guy's like, all right, well, I'm going to kill you and get rid of you. And Sean's like, put down that gun. Let's fight mano a mano. And the marshal goes, I hate when they do that in the movies. Like, anybody's going to put down their gun. and they get into this really kind of like ridiculous but intense fight, and Sean's crawling on the ground and trying to get the gun, and the marshal's pulling him out.
At first he slaps him.
He slapped him. He's like,
and he says, I'm not proud of that.
that.
And then he bites his leg.
Yeah, I'd be biting him too.
When Sean made that jump up,
Yeah.
and then he said, dude, did you see what I just did?
Oh yeah. He's so impressed with himself.
Actually, the actor came up with that himself.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm sure that was just natural. That came out of his mouth.
Yeah. Sean says to Gus, I knocked that dude out. And he's like, I thought Scott knocked that dude out. And he goes, I heard it both ways.
Here we go again.
Yeah. So Scott and Juliet decide that they're not
on the same
together.
page. Yeah.
No, and he's been in witness protection for like 5 years, so he's going to find his life and everything. Right. So they go back to the train station and then decide they're going to meet up again in 3 years. And then it's
too long. Yeah.
And then they decide,
how about one
in a year? Yeah. And it's very sweet again.
Yeah.
And did you see the pineapple?
I did not. There is none, right?
There is.
Okay.
But it is very obscure and hard to
I did
see.
Not see a pineapple.
So when they were in the warehouse, when they look into Waring's office, there's a shadow, a pineapple-shaped shadow.
No kidding.
So it's like there's a pineapple in the office, and you can see
it lights a shadow.
I mean, it's very subtle and very obscure. I had to check on it.
Okay.
But that is the pineapple.
Okay.
So that was a very Juliet episode.
I meant to tell you in the beginning when she was walking into the train station in her red dress.
Yeah.
And they played Steve Perry's Strung Out.
That's a good song.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
And Steve Perry's so good.
Yeah.
I love
his
voice.
And it was like perfect for that situation too.
Yeah. It was actually a long scene.
Yeah.
So you heard the whole song.
Yeah. It was really good.
It's Greek to me. How about Greek jewelry?
Okay.
Last season, we had talked about the evil eye. Remember that?
Yeah.
It can be in the form of a medallion. It could be in the form of like even a ring, a bracelet, but it's usually a necklace. And there's always a drawing of an eye, and it's blue. It's always blue. And the blue signifies a reflection. It's also the main color for Greeks too, but it's supposed to be like a reflective, like somebody's giving me the evil eye, so it's like a reflection back kind of thing. But Greek jewelry is like heavy duty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can categorize it, I would say it's like a Byzantine, just a lot of scroll work, heavy chains. If you see Greek jewelry, it's usually the Greek key design, and you know it's Greek.
Mm-hmm.
But something I never saw before, and when I was doing a little research, it's called a theta chain. Theta is the 8th letter of the Greek alphabet, and it's an oval and a line going through it.
Right.
So what they've done is they've made links, and they link them together, and it actually makes a nice chain.
Nice.
I was very surprised. So it's called a theta chain. But another thing that's very popular is the Greek crosses. Greeks are very big on religion and very big with crosses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll have medallions with crosses. So if you ever see Greek jewelry, you'll see the evil eye, you'll see the Greek key. Now you'll see the theta chain. And of course, you'll see crosses.
It's probably why I don't wear any Greek jewelry.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's like chunky, and
chunky,
and I don't wear chunky stuff as
No.
a rule.
As a rule, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind having a theta chain.
Yeah. I like that symbol. I've used that before.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like the key. The key is nice.
I
You see
love
it
the
all,
key.
all over the place, really.
You see it on carpets. You'll see
Yeah,
it on
everywhere.
wallpaper.
I have
You
a
know?
pack of tissues that has that on it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yep. Is
Yeah.
it blue? Is it blue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course it is.
Of
Yeah.
course it's blue.
Yeah.
Greek blue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So next week, we've decided we're going to do a Halloween episode,
A special one.
a special Halloween episode, and we're going to release Kay on the 31st instead of waiting to do it Tuesday the 1st. So if
Right.
you wait for our episodes, you'll get one Monday, October 31st, the Halloween episode.
Right.
Kay.
K. Okay.
We're going to
Kay.
make it work.
That's right.
So if you have enjoyed this episode, remember to tell your friends and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Sense and Nonsense, A to Z, all one word. And if you're listening on YouTube, remember to like our episodes, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit the notification bell
Ding.
to get notified of each episode as it becomes available.
We appreciate you listening. With that, we're out of here.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week on the 31st.